Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be working on this beat up 2009 Chevy Impala, trying to undo years of abuse and make it look new again for its new owner.
But that's not going to be an easy task. The inside of this Impala hasn't been treated very well and clearly hasn't been cleaned for several years because every inch of the interior is covered in dirt. The dash is covered, the door panels are covered, and the carpets have almost been turned a different color with the amount of dirt embedded in them. I'm not sure how a person abuses a car like this and seemingly doesn't care, but the new owner sure does, and that's exactly why I'll be working to undo this colossal mess today. Now thankfully the exterior is in slightly better shape than the interior is, but the neglect and disregard is clear here too, as the paint is really beat up. But just before I start to work my magic on this Impala, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and give the video a big thumbs up if you're excited to see how it turns out. Alright, well, getting to work on the Impala now, and I have a feeling that as I spray the dirt off this car, I'm going to uncover paint that's in really rough shape after seeing all the cracks and pieces missing from the front and rear bumpers. I think it's pretty clear the previous owner of this car didn't care too much about it or how he treated it, so while that is unfortunate, the new owner isn't overly worried. He just wants a clean vehicle inside and out that he can use to commute back and forth from work. Now as I move to the rear driver's side wheel here, you'll notice that it's mounted on a steel rim and even has a winter tire on it. The other three are all seasons, so I have no idea why there's the one winter tire on this car. I guess it's just par for the course when you look at the rest of the exterior and the shape this car is in. Okay, while I pressure wash the door jambs here, I just wanted to say that for anyone who has ever been on the fence about doing this on your own vehicle, well, just know that it is possible to do it without soaking the interior. You need to be very careful with the wand and hold it at a steep angle to limit splashback, though sometimes there are vehicles where water going inside can't be avoided, but it's usually not more than a 3-second cleanup. Alright, well just as I was about to rinse the car off, I noticed my pressure washer hose had sprung a leak, which to be honest I was shocked at because this hose is really high quality, so I did my best to tape it up, but tape really isn't going to hold a high pressure water all that well, so it was a pretty big challenge to rinse the car and not soak myself in the process. That being said though, I did reach out to Green Can Pump, which is where I got my pressure washer and all my related equipment from, and they very graciously offered to replace it for me. So props to them for having amazing customer service. If anyone is in need of some high quality pressure washing equipment, be sure to check them out. The link is down in the description for you. Okay, moving to the interior now, and after having to remove the headrest to tilt the seats forward enough to unhook them, getting the driver's seat out was a bit of a challenge too, which happens to be one of my pet peeves. It drives me nuts when I'm working on a vehicle and it's fighting against me and the job I'm trying to do, because it just ends up wasting my time, and time is the biggest enemy that I have in life. Now as I vacuum this section here, I can't help but notice there's some pretty good stains in the carpet here, but I'm not too worried. I've cleaned these materials so many times over the years, as I've done several GM vehicles from around this time frame, and as you may know, manufacturers tend to use the same components across the majority of vehicles they make, obviously to save money, but what that means for me here is that I know from experience that the materials in this Impala should clean up nicely today. Alright, while I work on the driver's footwell here, I wanted to take a quick second to let you know that if you're wondering what products and tools I use in my videos, well, I've got them all over at detailgeekautocare.com for you. You can be sure that everything I use is very high quality and can tackle the worst messes, as you see me do each and every week, so feel free to check out the site. Everything you need to deep clean and protect your vehicle is there for you guys. And if you own a detailing business, I'm happy to say that we have a wholesale program as well, so definitely check things out and consider supporting the channel. Everything ships from the US and worldwide shipping is available, and for my Canadian viewers out there, you can also find some of my products at carzilla.ca or in their brick and mortar store in Calgary. There's even a referral link in the description for you. Now up here on the dash where there's a pile of what I assume is gravel dust, and I found this method of agitating with my boar's hair detail brush and using the vacuum the easiest and quickest way to deal with this, without making more of a mess for myself. Sucking all the dust away right now will make steaming less messy when I get to that in a little bit. Alright, well while I work on the back seat here, I think it's clear that these seats don't visually look all that dirty, but again, I know from experience that this fabric does a good job hiding the dirt, so if you pay attention to what's coming through the extractor, you'll see there was in fact a good amount of dirt in there, and even though the before and after shots aren't all that different, I can be confident that when the car is returned to the owner, I know everything will be perfectly clean. Okay, getting to work on these stains on the passenger side here, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty confident my carpet cleaner will get these out, but when I do encounter stains that aren't removed after the first few passes, you don't always know for sure whether they'll eventually come out if you repeat the process, or if it's just a stain that'll be there forever. Though there are some situations like what I encounter on the driver's side, where the color of water coming through the extractor doesn't change when going over the stain, and that's a pretty clear sign that it's not going to budge, and there's no need to repeat the process since it would just be a waste of time. Here's all the nasty water pulled from the Impala today. Gross. Now to take care of all these dirty door panels and interior plastics, I'll use some of my all-purpose cleaner diluted at 4:1, which is heavy strength, and hit them with the steamer and brush attachment. Then I'll carefully blast any dirt out of all the crevices around the door because dirt loves to hide there, and then simply wipe it all off with a microfiber towel, and in about a minute, the whole door panel looks 10 times better. Okay, since it's a lot easier to do this with the seats still out of the car, I'll get some 303 applied to the center console, which you can see immediately deepens the color, and then it'll dry to a nice matte finish. Alright, with some of my best selling glass cleaner in hand, and I do mean that because all my friends and family are always trying to get their hands on my personal stock of this, I'll get all the glass cleaned, which typically takes a couple towels, and that's exactly why I sell these waffle weave towels in a 2-pack on my website. You can even find both of them bundled together for additional savings.
All right guys, well 10 hours of work went into the Impala today to undo the years of abuse, and I gotta say, it's looking really good now. It's definitely ready for a new life with a new owner who's hopefully gonna treat it a little better. Now, if you guys enjoyed this transformation, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.